Good morning. Well, it's morning for me. It's kind of mid-afternoon for me, actually. Forget it. Forget what I just said. We're gonna do. We're gonna pick out books for my TBR for the summer. So if you're down for that ride, come along. If you don't know what TBR means, I'll tell you right now. It means to be read. Since I'm so serious about books these days, I make a list of books I want to read, and then I read them. So that is what we're doing today. If you'd like to come along, please join me. This is everything. Let's start with the two nonfiction books because I feel like it's pretty pertinent to what's going on in the world. So I picked up 100 Years War on Palestine last year for a book club that kind of dissipated very quickly. So I got 35 pages into this, and it was really difficult for me to get through, so I needed to buy the audiobook version and then read this alongside of it. There's a lot of names and stuff in here and names of places that I don't really understand, so I just need a little help. So I am going to read this summer for obvious reasons. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to read is No Justice in the Shadows. Um, How America Criminalizes Immigrants. This is also obviously very pertinent right now. Everybody has a right to their own opinion, obviously, but my opinion is that I care about human beings, and if these people are already here, then we shouldn't be putting them in jail just for being here. That's kind of a crazy move. The next thing I want to talk about is all of the nonfiction books that I picked up. So we have Sarah J. Maas, The Assassin's Blade, and I'm reading this purely because I already started the series. I read Throne of Glass, and now I'm about halfway, a little more than halfway through Crown of Midnight. If you're not familiar with Sarah J. Maas, she is a high fantasy romantasy author, so pretty much every book she writes has romance in it. And I will say that A Court of Thorns and Roses had a lot more kind of romance in it, in a way, if you catch my drift. Um, which is why I kind of am actually enjoying this one a little bit better than that one, because I did start to feel like that one was just porn. Um, and more power to you if you like to read that. I I can get into it, but honestly, it was just making me jealous of the main characters. So, not gonna do that again. um, I kind of like hate read Sarah J. Maas. Like I am very entertained by her books, but at the same time often find plot holes or like incongruencies with the characters. I guess I'm a masochist because I kind of hate these books, but I also love them. Like they're very tropey. It's always like a female main character that you can easily fit yourself into and become her, and there's always two men who are just lusting after her, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is kind of the prequel or the prologue or whatever it's called to the entire series, but a lot of people say to read it third or second, so I'm reading it third. So this is the second book. First book is A Throne of Glass, and then this is the prologue, which personally I would usually read first, but everyone said not to do that because there's spoilers in it, or you just like learn too much about the characters right away. So I'm gonna read Assassin's Blade this summer. So I can say that I finished another series. I picked up Margaret Atwood's The Robber Bride last year when I was in New York City. Um, I've obviously heard great things about Margaret Atwood. I know that I cannot read A Handmaid's Tale. Not right now anyway. There's just no way that I can get through that book without losing my mind and being afraid. So I figured that I could read Margaret Atwood without being traumatized. So that's what I'm going to do. So I don't really know what this book is about because the back doesn't really say that much. Um, but I will read it to you. Xena strides past their table as if they aren't there, as if nobody is. The perfume she is wearing is unrecognizable, something dense and murky, sullen and ominous, the smell of scorched earth. To the astonishment of three women who celebrated her death 5 years earlier, Xena is back. So I did not read the back of this book when I picked this up. I had no idea it was going to be about a woman who came back from the dead. I don't know if there's magical forces at play here, or if they just didn't actually kill her, or if she faked her own death to rob somebody. But I just saw this and I was like, a woman robbing people, a bride, scandalous. And I picked it up. I got this at a used bookstore in Brooklyn. So then I have The Testament of Jesse Lamb. And this is one of the books that I got while I was in Marshall before the storm wiped out the bookstore that I bought it from. So this is kind of a special little book for me. And I'm really sad that that place is gone. That guy definitely loved books, but okay, whatever. We're moving on. We're not going to think about it. We're not going to think about it. Okay. So this book is about like the world ending, and the reason it ends is because people can't reproduce anymore. So I'm going to read this to you. A rogue virus that kills pregnant women has been let loose in the world, and nothing less than the survival of the human race is at stake. Some blame the scientists, others see the hand of God, and still others claim that human arrogance and destructiveness are reaping the punishment they deserve. Jessie Lamb is an ordinary 16-year-old girl living in extraordinary times. As her world collapses, her idealism and courage drive her towards the ultimate act of heroism. She wants her life to make a difference. But is Jessie heroic, or is she, as her scientist father fears, impressionable, innocent, and incapable of understanding where her actions will lead? Set in a world irreparably altered by an act of biological terrorism, The Testament of Jessie Lamb explores a young woman's struggle to become independent of her parents. As the certainties of her childhood are ripped apart, Jessie begins to question her parents' attitudes, their behavior, and the very world they have bequeathed her. So that sounds freaking awesome and sad and right up my alley. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. My parents bought this for me last summer, and I still haven't gotten to pick it up. I know it's a classic. I know literally nothing about it. The entire back cover pretty much says nothing. So I'm going to kind of keep it a secret from myself, too. So I'm not going to learn anything about it other than whatever this poem is. I'm going to read this to you. There's a tree that grows in Brooklyn. Some people call it the tree of heaven. No matter where its seed falls, it makes a tree which struggles to reach the sky. It grows in boarded up lots and out of neglected rubbish heaps. It grows up and out of cellar gratings. It is the only tree that grows out of cement. It grows lushly, survives without sun, water, and seemingly without earth. It would be considered beautiful, except that there are too many of it. So that seems like some foreshadowing. A coming of age story. And it sounds like somebody coming from extreme poverty and trying to break out of that. Yeah, I've heard that this book is very sad. I hope it's not too devastatingly sad. But it is a classic, and I am excited. I just think this cover is so cute too. Like, look at it. It's like the back is the front of the shop, and the front is the back of the shop, and it's just cute as heck. So we have tomorrow, tomorrow, and tomorrow. My friend Dill gave this to me. I started reading it when I was with them, and I never got to pick it back up. So I am excited to actually get into this. So apparently, this book is about it's about this kid who is kind of low key in love with this girl, and she like grew up with him, but they went to the same college or something, and she doesn't exactly give him the time of day anymore. Like she sees him when she sees him, and she's nice to him, but she like kind of doesn't care. And then something kind of weird and sciency and surrealist happens, and they wind up becoming like extremely successful at 25. It's a love story, but a love story like you've never heard before. So I'm super excited to read this. Oh my god. Okay. So I bought a special edition of The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I am super excited about this. I've only heard good things. I read The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, I guess last winter, which feels crazy to say. No, it was 2 winters ago. I read this 2 winters ago, and it's one of my favorite books. I also thought it was kind of cheesy. I I thought that it was kind of outlandish. Like it's definitely a book that could be very easily turned into a movie. It's very dramatic. Um, and if you like that kind of thing, then this will be right up your alley. It's not what I would usually gravitate towards, I think. But this book made me cry, like really hard, actually. So I don't know if I just really loved it because it was pertinent for me at the time, or if I really loved it because it was amazing. But Kristen Hanna is a very popular author, and I'm hoping that this one will be equally as awesome, or if not better. So yeah, I love this. It has like a picture of the Eiffel Tower in it. The actual front cover is just like gorgeous. Um, the book jacket is nice. It feels good. It's like matte. I spent like almost $40 on this, so that's crazy. But like, look at it. It's just so pretty. It's just so nice. So let me read the inside cover because it's short. With courage, grace, and powerful insight, best-selling author Kristen Hanna captures the epic panorama of World War II and illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. The Nightingale tells the stories of two sisters, separated by years and experience, by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France, a heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. So, super excited. Super excited. Okay, and then last but not least, this is a book I've already read, but I have to read it again this summer. The first time I read this book, I just ate it. I just love this book so much. Like, thinking about this book makes me want to cry because of how much I love it. Um, and I can't say that for a lot of books, but like there's something about reading this book in the summer that's just like so delicious. It just like really nurtures my soul. Um, I've also read The Dutch House by Anne Patchett, and I liked it, but it didn't really do much for me. But this one just absolutely knocked my socks off. It is so cute. It's about like a woman who wants to be an actress, and she winds up dating this like very very famous actor, and uh, it kind of is just a summer fling. Um, but her kids are like obsessed with him, and some of her kids are like convinced that they are his children. And she like lives on a farm and leads kind of a quiet life, but like he's still a movie star. Um, and it just has like this awesome dynamic. It's fun. It's an easy read. It's just like there's really not a lot of suspense happening, but you're still on the edge of your seat because you're like, what's gonna happen next? And I don't know. I just love this. It felt really real. It felt like I was there, experiencing it. In this beautiful and moving novel about family, love, and growing up, Anne Patchett once again proves herself to be one of America's finest writers. In spring of 2020, Laura's three daughters returned to the family's orchard in northern Michigan. While picking cherries, they begged their mother to tell them the story of Peter Duke, a famous actor with whom she shared both a stage and a romance years before at a theater company called Tom Lake. As Laura recalls the past, her daughters examine their own lives and their relationship with their mother, and are forced to reframe their understanding of the world they thought they knew. Tom Lake is a meditation on youthful love, married love, and the lives our parents led before they were our parents. Both hopeful and elegiac, it explores what it means to be happy even when the world is falling apart. As in all of her novels, Anne Patchett combines compelling narrative artistry with piercing insights into family dynamics. The result is a rich and luminous story told with profound intelligence and emotional acuity. It demonstrates once again why she is the most acclaimed literary talents at work today. Living. Living. So, that is my summer TBR. Please let me know what your TBR is for the summer in the comments. And if you don't know what TBR means, it means to be read. And I will let you know what I think about these books when I finish reading them. Bye-bye.